and to the evil ass who threw this precious baby in a dumpster this morning in Atlanta.
This morning, one of my followers DM'd me saying they found a puppy in a dumpster, but I had no idea it was going to be this bad. When I looked into that container, I saw this tiny little thing. Her face was swollen, her mouth was taped shut. Who does something like that? Who treats such a small, innocent life with that much cruelty? The tape had been on so long that her skin underneath was raw, red, infected. I could see the pain in her eyes even though she couldn't make a sound. I immediately picked her up. She was shaking, but she couldn't even cry because her mouth was sealed. She had injuries from her teeth, infections spreading from the swelling. She felt so light in my arms, like she weighed nothing, like she'd been starving for days, maybe weeks. Her little ribs were showing through her fur. For the entire first 24 hours, she gave zero emotional response. Nothing. She just stared blankly, like her soul had already left. I put her in a small box to see if she could walk. "Can you stand up? Come on, try," I whispered softly. She tried to get up, but she was limping. One leg looked different. That's when I knew her leg was broken. This tiny puppy also had a broken leg.
I just wanted to show you guys. Can you see that line under her chin still? You can still see the line.
I rushed her to the vet immediately. They put a cast on. I hate seeing her like this, but it was the cutest little cast. A pink bandage. At least now her leg would heal. The vet told me she was maybe 8 weeks old. 8 weeks and already had been through hell. They carefully removed the tape from her mouth. She flinched but didn't make a sound. Still silent, still terrified. Something changed on the second morning. "Hey June, you gave me kisses." She wagged her tail. It was a tiny wag, but it was enough. It was enough because it meant she was starting to trust me. And I still see you haven't subscribed yet. This honestly makes me sad because June's story is just beginning. Hitting that subscribe button takes just 1 second, but it ensures stories like this reach you. June didn't know anything. She didn't know what it meant to be a dog. She didn't know how to act like a puppy. She had to learn everything from scratch. "Come on, baby, come here," I called to her.
So I just met with an officer to give some evidence and a statement about Junie's case. Oh.
She moved slowly, pausing with every step, but she was moving. Each tiny step was progress. Each moment of eye contact was trust building. On day 3 or 4, she came into my lap on her own. Until then, I'd always approached her. But this time, she came to me. She climbed onto my knees with her tiny paws and just stayed there. My heart melted in that moment. I realized this wasn't just about saving her anymore. This was about her choosing to let me in, choosing to love again after everything she'd been through. My other dogs helped her so much. She watched them. She learned from them how to play, how to behave. My oldest dog, Max, he was so gentle with her. He'd lie down next to her cast and just keep her company for hours. One day, while I was playing with her on the bed, oh my God, June, she started barking. Her first bark ever. I heard her voice, that sweet, tiny, brave voice. I couldn't hold back my tears. You know, sometimes the smallest things are the biggest victories. That bark meant she finally felt safe enough to express herself, to be loud, to exist without fear. A few weeks later, her cast came off. She was feeling so much better, so I said, "Let's go to the beach." I packed up the car with towels, water bowls, and treats. June sat in the passenger seat, looking out the window the entire drive. She had no idea what was coming. She'd never seen the ocean before. I took all my dogs, June too. When we got there, her eyes went wide. The sound of the waves, the smell of salt water, the feeling of sand under her paws, it was all brand new to her. Who's gonna jump in first? Come on. The others immediately jumped into the water, but June hesitated. She looked at the waves, then looked at me, then back at the water. I could see her thinking, calculating, wondering if it was safe. And she jumped. She splashed, played, ran through the sand. It was the first time I saw her that free, that happy. She chased the waves. She dug in the sand. She was finally just being a puppy. It was an unforgettable moment, truly unforgettable. Now, there's this thing June does that I absolutely love. She flops down on my other dogs with her full body weight. She started doing this as a baby and never grew out of it. The funniest part is, my other dogs are completely used to it. They just accept it. June, I laugh every time. But you know why she feels so comfortable? Because she learned to trust through me. I gave her trust, with time, with patience, with love.
Little piece of skin, yeah.
Of course she loves everyone else too, but she loves her mama. She loves me. This bond is priceless. That's why I chose to adopt her. That's why she's my baby. You know what's crazy? People always ask me, how did you save her? But honestly, I think she saved me just as much. She taught me what resilience really means, what unconditional love looks like, what it means to trust again after being completely broken. That broken, injured, terrified puppy I found in the dumpster is gone now. What's here is June, joyful, brave, loving June. And every morning when I wake up, she licks my face and wags her tail. She sleeps right next to my pillow. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and just watch her breathe, grateful that she's here, grateful that she's safe. There are nights when I think about that dumpster, about how close she came to not making it, about how many animals don't get a second chance. It breaks my heart every single time. But then I look at her, playing with her toys, running around the house, making my other dogs chase her, and I realize that we can't save them all, but we can save one, and that one matters. June matters. She's gained weight now, her fur is shiny and healthy, that limp is completely gone. You'd never know she had a broken leg. You'd never know her mouth was taped shut. You'd never know the hell she went through. So what do you think? Should people who abandon animals like this face jail time, or is a fine enough? Comment below, because I genuinely want to know what you think. I'll never forget the day I took her out of that container, because that day didn't just change her life, it changed mine too. June is my miracle, and if you're watching this, maybe she can be a miracle for you too, because these stories remind us of one thing: kindness always wins, love always wins. Every single time.